Hey, good morning, everybody. First things first, I just want to say thanks again to everybody that continues to engage with me. These conversations are essential and very important. And thank you for sharing the videos and sharing the word of unity. Like I said, some people aren't very accepting of it yet, but we're still working on that. This video is in response to a question that I keep getting. I think it's just better to make a video about it instead of just continuing to respond singly. The question I keep on getting is, why does Republicans hate the liberals so much? Well, first things first on that question is, it's a two-way street on this. Liberals hate the Republicans and the Republicans hate the liberals. And why does that happen? It starts with the news, the social media, the government. People are in a party because they feel the need to have to belong to something. But we can still all feel the need to belong to something as one. We don't have to have a two-party system where we constantly have to fight with each other and hate each other over it. But anywho, the reason people on the right hate the left is because of what they are fed through social media, through the news stations, through their leaders. And it's the same thing on the left. You guys are filled with hating us because both sides only have their extremist sides blasted all over the place. The news, social media, they don't blast anything about the normal everyday liberal or the normal everyday Republicans who just want to live life in peace and just try to make it through life in itself. Instead, they just continue to pump everybody with the hatred. If you watch the news, depending on what news you watch, obviously now there's even news stations that are affiliated with each party. And constantly what's being fed on that is the extremism from the other side. All the right sees from the left is Antifa with destruction and anti-this and anti-that and anti-this and the burning of the cities. But they never ever talk about the good things that you guys do. They don't ever talk about how you guys are just normal everyday workers. You just want the same thing that the Republicans want, and that's a good education system, which that's a whole new conversation. You guys want a fair practice at our money that we earned and deserved. We just all want fair lives. But you guys got to understand something. The news stations and social media is made to pit everybody against each other. So they're not going to show the common everyday man from the other side. They're going to try to show us exactly what makes us hate each other. This goes back to why our conversations are so important. We cannot keep relying on the government and our leaders and the elites to bring people together. That is completely against their purpose. This is why we have to rely on each other, and this is why I keep calling for unity, and this is why I keep calling for people to have conversations as hard as they can be. They need to be done, nonetheless. We have to fix ourselves. We have zero leadership in this country. And like I said, again, people keep saying it's a side assassin. This is completely against the movement that I'm trying to start. We got to stop the finger pointing. We got to stop the blaming. Nobody can change what has already happened. But you're angry about everything that happened. So why get angry when there's a movement that's trying to unite everybody and fix everything to give everybody a better, good future? That just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no point in being stubborn on this. This is something that people have called on for a long time as unity. And then when it's given to them, they fight. But that's okay. We're working on that. But the hatred from each side doesn't come from us little fellas, and you guys have to understand that we have, like you guys have said in the comments, and I say it, we have a lot more in common than people think. But this is why another thing I'm calling for is to stop watching the news. Stop watching these nasty videos on social media. If you start seeing stuff about aggression or bad stuff about the other side, scroll past it. Start calling the news stations out. Start writing the news stations. Start calling the news stations. Start calling TikTok out on your videos. Start calling all these places out on, because you know what? They need us more than we need them. If they don't have people on here making content, they are no longer going to be a company anymore. We have to stop thinking that we have to do everything that these people tell us to do, or we ain't going to have anything in life. First of all, we can all provide what we need in life ourselves. We don't need the government. We don't need all this rich and elite. They're worthless. But again, the anger is because we get shown nothing good from your side, just like you get shown nothing good from the red side. Okay? This is why I'm trying to get away from the whole two-sided system. Why can't we all just be Americans? We have natural checks and balances with our own differences. And as long as we continue to talk and have conversations and try to compromise on things, we can always come to better ground. But we can't change the culture as long as the people that are still in power and the ones that created this culture in the first place are still there. So this is why I'm saying we have to come together and deal with the root of the problem first. So to answer your question, in the end, it all starts with the media and it all starts with the news. You guys are fed stuff that isn't what the Republican Party all stands for. Not all Republicans are MAGA. Actually, a good majority of the people are just regular Republicans, just like you guys are regular liberals. But the only thing that we get shown is the extremism of the liberal side. And you guys only get shown the extremism of the right. I'm just a common fellow now. I used to be MAGA, so I'm living proof right here. I'm living proof that you can grow and you can make changes and you can do things for the better of the good of everybody in this country. Because when we're all doing good, we all prosper. We all got to stand for each other. I'm not about just me doing better in life. I'm about everybody in this country doing better in life. And we all need to get away from this angry rhetoric. The more we feed into the news, the more we feed into these social media sites, the more we're giving into this cause for them. The problem is the elites. The problem is not the next small guy next to you. Help build each other up. Stop tearing each other down. We'll never be a prosperous country again as long as we continue this rhetoric. Now that I've gotten away from the news and I understand what the trickery is at the top, I love every single one of yous. I don't judge nobody for how they want to live their life, and that's the exact same way everybody needs to live. We all have our different characteristics for a reason, and when you put all them characteristics together, we're an unstoppable force. There's a reason we're all made different. So that way, when we come together, we're a well-oiled machine. I love all y'all. God bless, and much love.